Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour, your source for all hard rock, heavy metal, new metal, alternative, punk, horror punk, hardcore, rock, and all local bands, with your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather.
This is Alexis of Straight Line Stitch, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
The views and opinions of the guests do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Radio Network, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Radio Network.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather. As always, I'm bringing you guys awesome interviews. And today, I'm bringing you Alexis Brown from the mighty Straight Line Stitch. Finally getting her on the show here. Alexis, how's it going?
It's going well. I can't complain.
Glad to have you on the show. I've been a fan of your guys' music for a while now. Let's talk about Straight Line Stitch and what's new, what's going on.
Actually, we're finally getting down to recording the new material. So
Nice.
I know everybody's been kind of, when's the new stuff going to be out? When's the new stuff going to be out? And we've been telling them, yeah, we're working on it, and now it's finally, it's happening. Progress is being made. We're actually getting down to recording some new stuff, and we're about to tour. We're about to head out mid-July to August. We're doing a tour, and we're going to be playing some new music.
That's awesome. I can't wait. Some of my favorite songs off a previous album, Tear Down the Sky, or Taste of Ashes, Black Veil, that's awesome. And you guys got to work with Jamie Josta. How was that?
To be honest, when it first got set up, it was just totally exciting. And then when I actually got there, it was intimidating. I was just like, wow, I can't believe this is actually happening. But he was really cool, down to earth. He was very busy. He had so much stuff going on. He was like on the phone talking to Randy of Lamb of God. Like, he had so much going on, but it was a really fun experience. He was just a cool guy. He cracks me up.
With the new album that's coming out from you guys, what can fans expect from Straight Line Stitch in this one?
I hope they can expect growth. It's been a while since we put out anything new. A lot has happened, since the last record. We've got new members. We've done a lot of stuff on our own, minus a label and stuff like that. So a lot of things have changed. I hope the fans will see that we've grown as a band, that the material hopefully has matured, but it's still us, it's still Straight Line.
When you say that you hope that the fans see the growth, do you think that your music, especially writing, that you can see a change in it, that more easy flowing with writing, or how's that?
I can definitely see a maturity, It's just because as a band we've been through so much. I guess maybe I can speak for myself, being in the band the longest. I've learned a lot. You go through things, you experience things, and the reason for those experiences is you learn. So as far as like my writing and stuff, I feel like I can definitely see a maturity there, just because kind of been around. So I know a little bit better now than what I did before.
And with the new members, what do you think that they add to Straight Line Stitch?
Definitely a breath of fresh air. They're hungry. It's like seeing the new members, having new members is just like I get that feeling of like going back to basics. Like the one and fighting again. I don't know. It's just like I said. It's just a breath of fresh air.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alexis is the lead vocalist of Straight Line Stitch, and I've got to say it's awesome to have another woman on here that's a lead vocalist, because they are few and far in between in metal. Who were some of your influences coming up as far as women-wise as a vocalist?
As vocalist, it's very eclectic. I was like big Fleetwood Mac fan. Like Stevie Nicks is my favorite singer. Mm-hmm. I fell in love with her because her voice she's got a unique voice. And it definitely influenced me because my voice is kind of weird sounding, I guess you could say. And it helped me to embrace my voice, my uniqueness. So Stevie Nicks was definitely a big influence. Sade, Tina Marie, and also singers like that are not female. Definitely Daryl Palumbo of Glassjaw and Head Automatica. His voice, just, I love his voice. Again, very unique, influenced me. And Brock of 36 Crazy Fish. Definitely singers that influenced me to help me embrace my uniqueness.
Do you think it's a lot easier now for bands with female vocalists to get gigs? Because, Lita Ford has paved the way for ladies, and plus the Butcher Babies, look what they're doing right now, and Jill Janis.
I definitely feel like it's definitely more acceptable today. I think publicity-wise, magazines, things like that, I think they've made it more acceptable, I hate to say it, but the whole cliche of sex sales, I think that's really the whole hottest chicks in rock thing. I think it made it a little bit more acceptable for women to, step in and assume, being in music, metal, a little bit more easier.
I'm a dude, and I see, what you're talking about, like the hottest chicks in metal. When I see stuff like that, it's like, really, come on. We live in a time when music should speak louder,
crazy.
So. I don't know.
Yeah, and I was a part of that whole thing, but, now kind of being out of it, on the outside of it, and just, doing stuff ourselves, is just like the whole sex sales, all that stuff is just, it's so cliche and silly to me. I'd rather be known for what we do as a band. The whole goal in the first place was to put out music, that we were behind and we believed in. We got so caught up, or myself, got so caught up in the image and how people saw me. It's nice actually just to get back to basics, back to just music,
Yeah, exactly.
Putting out music.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people's lost that way. It's not what your image is, it's about what you put out as a band, and don't be afraid to push the envelope of your music.
Exactly.
When you guys first started out, was it hard for fan support? How'd that work out?
It was very hard when we started. It's still hard. I mean, it's a hard business. Let me put it that way. Before we got signed, we were touring nonstop. We've always been a touring band. It was our touring that actually got us looked at by management. Management picked us up, and then, in turn, we got signed to a label, and we just kept touring our butts off, and I'm not going to say, after we got signed that it was any easier. It was just as hard, probably even harder, because when you had so many hands in the pot, everything was just going out, and nothing was coming back in, So, it's I don't think it ever gets easy, That's just the nature of the beast, It's just following a dream. You have to work hard. You just have to be careful who you're working with.
And here's something that I've been wanting to ask, and I've asked, a couple of artists that's been on here. But do you think that, labels especially, they've just lost touch of about the artist, and it's not all about the money. I mean, it's about the artist.
It's the industry. It's a business, and some labels put a lot of money. They put a lot of money into, artists and things like that. So, I mean, I like to believe it's about the artist, it's about what we do, but I believe firsthand it's about recouping their investment. I think the artist goes second and the money comes first. That's just my experience.
And that's a shame. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of great bands out there just like you guys who work their asses off, but yet behind the scenes, it's a totally different story.
Oh, yeah, God, yeah. People, they assume, we've been on these mega tours, and we've been with, toured with this band and that band, and we've had some videos on MTV, and a lot of people think, well, God, this band is living the life, and they just don't know the half of it. A lot of us didn't have places to stay, sleeping in cars or staying with people, or, It's just, people have no idea what it's like. And it's not, me trying to make it out to be like a sob story. It's the dream. You fight for the dream. It's what we all wanted to do. We knew the choices that we made. So, but like I said, that's what goes into it. That's the game. You play the game.
Yeah, and that's the truth. I mean, I've even heard bands on here tell me that they've even had to pay to play at locations. That's a little, for me, if I'm a venue person, I'm going to pay you guys to come play for me, you know, so.
Yeah, but it's crazy. There is like some like places that are like that. You have to pay to play. It's so silly to me, you know, because if you're bringing patrons to their club, you know, like, but you know that's just how people work, and they have their reasons for doing so. So I can't really knock it. I don't know what those reasons are, but you know it is what it is. And with this, doing the music and stuff, you have to take the bad with the good. Not every day is, you know, amazing. But, you know, we are blessed to be doing something that we love to do. We get to tour. And a lot of bands can't even do that sometimes.
Do you find that writing music for you is a relief?
Oh, God, yeah. It's I back in the day, I would say it's like very therapeutic for me. I'm not, as you can tell, I'm not very eloquent in speaking, so it's definitely easier for me to write and explain myself through lyrics and things like that, singing.
Finally, somebody else that agrees with me about music being therapeutic. I mean, music can help you so much, and I mean, to pull you out of a dark hole or give you inspiration. I mean, thank God for music, I always say.
Well, yeah, you know, it's a universal language that, you know, everyone can understand and relate to. There's always something about music, a certain song, certain lyric that just hits you in the spine, that just, or take you back, or, you know, or make you feel happy, or you know, something that you can relate to when you feel sad. It's an amazing, you know, constructive. It's just awesome. Music is awesome outlet.
And it's cool, too, watching shows, even live or even just listening to the CD. You just got to understand music when I say this, everybody. You can feel what the artist is putting out to you. And if you don't, you're not catching what we're talking about. So you can really feel it.
Oh, when we go on stage, it's like we try so hard because I guess for me, you get tired being on the road, you know, especially doing show after show. But once you hit the stage and you think about some of the people that, you know, actually come to shows, you know, you never know how they paid for that ticket, you know, what they had to do. It's just, you know, you think about like the hard work people, you know, what they had to do to get to the show, you know, and you want to give them the best show possible, you know. So it's always when we get on stage, we always push ourselves to go the extra mile.
Would you guys prefer clubs or festivals, or does it even really matter?
It doesn't matter. Whoever will take us. We just love performing. You know, it's what we do. Like I said, we're a touring band. We've played any and all places.
What can fans expect at a Straight Line Stitch show from you guys?
Well, they can definitely expect when we get on stage, we're going to definitely go out of our way to give them a heck of a show. Mm-hmm. And, you know, after we get done playing, they can expect to hang out because we're just like anybody else. You know, we love our fans. We appreciate them. If it wasn't for our fans, people that support us, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing. We love our fans, you know, so they can expect to have a good time. And that's what it's all about.
Just like we was talking about, you know, feeding off of each other. I mean, you guys giving it to the fans and the fans giving it right back to you all.
Exactly.
Any new bands that you're listening to right now that you like?
Oh, God. I've been listening to, like, the Paper Sons. I've been listening to, I've listened to American Head Charge. I've listened to There's This Crazy Fish. I've listened to, I love oldies. I'm always searching for oldies. I've actually been listening to a lot of gospel music lately, always in church and stuff, and I drive my mom around from time to time, and I put on a gospel station for her. So I've kind of listened to everything.
Okay, what about gospel music? Has it influenced you any at all?
Oh, yeah, there's some gospel music. I'm not too familiar about the artists that I listen to. I listen to, like, a certain radio station here in Clarksville.
Yeah.
And they play all kinds of, like, gospel music, and I'm digging some of it. You know, I've never been a gospel person, you know, but I'm kind of liking what I'm hearing. It's just not bad, so.
That's pretty cool. A lot of people don't admit that. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know. I mean, without him,
I'm not ashamed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, without him, we all wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be blessed what we're doing right now this day. So.
You got it. That's right.
What do you think that Straight Line Stitch brings to the table for music?
I think we bring a certain honesty. We're not that type of band that we're trying to categorize ourselves.
Right.
We're not trying to be as heavy as possible. We're not trying to be as, you know, flashy as possible. Or, you know, we're just us. You know, we've never been anything but Straight Line Stitch. You know, we're not trying to be anybody else. You know, we write from our hearts, and I think that we just bring who we are. You know, and if you love us, it's amazing. If you hate us, oh well. You know, then you don't have to listen to us. Nobody's forcing a gun to your head. You know.
Exactly.
So I think we just bring us an honesty. You know, and we respect. You know, if you like us, great. If you don't, we respect that too.
I like what Jason Newsted said from Metallica, ex-member of Metallica. Said, if you don't like us, there's the door. Just don't let it hit you on the way out.
Hey, what can you do?
Exactly. All right, Alexis, since it's the digital age, do you think it's helped bands like you guys? And do you think it's also hurt other bands?
Yeah, I definitely think it's helped us out for sure. It's definitely been a great, like the digital age has definitely been a great networking tool. I mean, but it's definitely has its cons as well. You know, it's like since you have the digital age, it's everybody has got an opinion. Everybody's got something to say, whether you want to hear it or not. So it's awesome, but then it's kind of annoying too. So I mean, but it's definitely helped us out a bunch.
Are there any shows that you've been part of that you've actually caught yourself on stage thinking, wow, I can't believe I'm part of this?
Oh my God, yeah. I think, I know when we did Mayhem, the lineup was insane. I couldn't believe every day we got to play with, you know, those bands, Suicide Silence, you know, God rest Mitch Looker's soul. But, you know, Machine Head, In Flames, like, that was just insane that we were sharing stage with these bands every day. And, after, you know, even getting off stage and seeing them walk around and say hey to you and talk to you and make time to hey, what's going on? You having a good day? That was just one of those times where it was just amazing, you know.
What does it mean to you when fans email you guys or talk to you prior or after a show and they tell you that, hey, your music has inspired me to do something positive or it's brought me out of a dark hole? What does that mean to you?
I'm always grateful. You know, I feel when somebody says something that's positive, I always feel humbled and, you know, thankful to God because, you know, he's the one that has brought me this far, you know, and I just really feel like blessed that, you know, somebody's taking something that we did and experiencing something positive from it, you know, so it affects me more than words can say. It really touches me. I feel, like I said, I feel so humbled by it.
Your guys' tour kicks off in July, correct?
Yes, it does.
All right, cannot wait. How can people keep in touch with you guys or actually email you guys possibly or just stay in touch? How can they do that or buy your merchandise?
Oh, yeah, they can definitely check our Facebook. All our dates are on there, our Twitter, things like that. Yeah, they can just hit us up through Facebook. So we're usually on top of that and hit us up on Twitter. We always keep, you know, we try to keep it updated as much as possible. My Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, I've been off there for a while. I know a lot of people probably wondering why I'm not on there. I needed to take a break from it. Yeah. You know, just going through a bunch of stuff with the band, and I just needed a break from it. So, but I will be. I'm probably going to revamp it and get back on it. I don't know when, but here soon. I know I've missed a lot of messages and stuff, but I just needed to get myself together. Right. You know, it's nothing to do with the fans and stuff like that, and I apologize for, like, missing messages and things like that, but I just need to get myself together.
And that happens. We all need breaks. We all need to just take time for ourselves, and that happens to everybody.
Yeah, I just, you know, I feel bad because I was always, like, trying to keep on top of it and answer everybody and get back to it. You know, I pride myself on that, and, you know, a lot of stuff happened, and I took a step away. I took a step back, and I just want to apologize to everybody that, you know, sent me messages and I haven't replied or anything like that. It's just, like I said, trying to get myself in order, trying to get myself straight, and hopefully I should be back on there sometime soon.
Alexis, like I said earlier, thank you guys for your all's music.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for appreciating it.
Yeah, I definitely, like I said, I like it, and you guys have total support from Uber City Radio and BODS Mayhem Hour. Before I let you go, will you care to do a promo for the show?
I'd love to. This is Alexis of Straight Line Stitch, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody, stick around. You only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour. Thanks, Alexis.
Thank you.
You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.